The anticipation is palpable as the Formula One governing body prepare plans for a new race weekend format. With only one practice session, the pressure is on as drivers stretch their limits in 2 qualifying sessions, followed by a nail-biting sprint and then the Grand Prix. The ultimate test of skill, precision driving, and strategy. You heard that right! F1 is reportedly considering a new format for race weekends. It appears that Stefano Domenicali is not hesitant to make waves or changes for that matter in the world of Formula One. The F1 president is determined to revolutionize the weekend format to change things up. However, his daring revolution has sparked such a heated debate that even world champion Max Verstappen is threatening to end his racing career and quit Formula One. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this argument will get heated. While F1 President Stefano Domenicali desires to alter the weekend format, he does not intend to toss out the baby with the bathwater. Domenicali clarified in a recent interview with Sky Sports F1 that he does not intend to eliminate all practice sessions, but that it would be wrong not to contemplate alterations to the current format. Domenicali appears willing to compromise, but is Max Verstappen willing to do the same? Could this be the end of Verstappen's Formula One career? Or will he side with Domenicali to support the method for the new format to work with him? Now, the Formula One community is excited as the sport prepares for another exhilarating racing season, with sprint weekends becoming more popular than iced beverages on a hot day. Further transforming the traditional weekend format is under hot discussion. Domenicali is no stranger to taking risks and constantly searching for new ways to keep his audience on the edge of their seats. Practice time is obviously necessary, he told Sky Sports. However, let's be honest, supporters come to see a performance. They desire to see drivers test the limits and go all out for victory. The more we can provide them with this, the better the event will be, he says. Domenicali is confident that the sport's next generation will be more receptive to attempting something new, even though some fans may resist change. We respect the old way of thinking about our weekend, but it would be wrong not to consider it, he stated. A new generation is entering the workforce, and they are more assertive in their requests for something distinctively different. And you know what they say? If you want to remain competitive, you must be willing to take risks. In 2024, the F1 Academy will compete exclusively on Formula One weekends, demonstrating Domenicali's commitment to maintaining the sport's vitality. Whether introducing new talent or changing the weekend format, he's always searching for ways to keep his fans' engagement levels high. So, you're undoubtedly wondering why everyone is so excited about Formula One sprint weekends. Currently, Formula One Grand Prix events are held for 3 days: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, each featuring a distinct set of events. There are 2 90-minute free practice sessions on Friday. On Saturday, there is a 1-hour practice session, followed by the midday qualifying session. The 1-hour qualifying session determines Sunday's race starting order. The weekend's most important event, the race, occurs on Sunday afternoon. This historical race weekend format may soon change, however. According to rumour and as stated earlier, on Friday, drivers would have only 1 practice session to familiarise themselves with the track. In the afternoon, they would compete in qualifying for Sunday's Grand Prix. On Saturday morning, drivers would compete in a 1-lap sprint race qualifying session for the sprint race that would be held that afternoon. And eventually, the main event will commence on Sunday, a traditional Grand Prix. Sounds quite intriguing, right? As rumours of potential alterations to the Formula One weekend format spread, drivers have begun to express their opinions on the proposed ideas. Max Verstappen of Red Bull, who in 2022 enjoyed a record-breaking season, has voiced his strong disapproval of sprint races. In fact, Verstappen has implied that he may not remain in the sport much longer if the proposed changes are implemented. He believes that sprint races do not align with the traditional ethos of Formula One, and that introducing more of these events will make race weekends too intense and stressful. Instead of packing in more events, Verstappen suggests that weekends should be reduced to the traditional 2 days of racing. He believes introducing more events will diminish the sport's appeal, and that the current format is sufficient. The Red Bull driver is currently under contract with the team until 2028, although Verstappen has indicated liking the old Grand Prix structure and stated that if the format is changed too much, he may consider quitting. Verstappen claimed in an interview with Sport TV that he finds the main race more entertaining and hopes the structure does not alter too much, or else he may leave the sport. Verstappen has been a vocal critic of the sprint format, which underwent a rule change in 2022, awarding pole position to the driver who tops qualifying on Friday, despite the fact they may not start from the pole during the Grand Prix, depending on their sprint race finishing position. Although team executives are eager to make the Grand Prix weekends more dynamic, no final decision on the alterations has been made. However, on the other hand, Mercedes driver George Russell, who won the final sprint race in Brazil last year, believes there is an excessive amount of practice in Formula 1, stating that 3 times the amount of practice in F1 compared to F2 and F3 is excessive. However, he believes practice should not be completely eliminated because it allows teams to test new upgrades and improve their cars. Sir Lewis Hamilton, a 7-time world champion and teammate of Russell's, finds it cool that F1 is experimenting with the weekend format, but he suggests finding alternatives for unique circuits such as Monaco, where sprints may not work. He proposes that Formula 1 become more dynamic and seek alternative methods of fan engagement, such as experimenting with novel solutions. Hamilton enjoys the format of Sprint Weekend, which consists of 1 practice session followed by qualifying, which places drivers and teams under pressure to perform at their best. Hamilton agrees with Russell that 1 practice session is sufficient because it adds pressure and excitement to the weekend. As a rookie, AlphaTauri driver Nick de Vries believes 1 practice session is sufficient. De Vries is a Dutchman with junior series experience. He believes fewer practice sessions would not be a major issue for drivers. I think in all junior series, we've been used to only doing 1 free practice session, so I think we could do with less, he remarked. De Vries appears to advocate limiting the number of practice sessions because it is a strategy he is familiar with from his previous racing experience. Martin Brundle, a commentator for Sky Sports F1, is skeptical of the proposed alterations to the F1 weekend and believes the current format is effective. Instead of experimenting with the sprint concept, he believes the sprint race should be used to add enthusiasm to the race day grid. Despite his criticisms, Brundle does not believe that Max Verstappen would depart Formula 1 due to the changes. He believes that Verstappen's point is not to alter the sport's rules drastically, but to evolve and improve them gradually. A Twitter poll conducted by Sky Sports reveals that many Formula 1 supporters were satisfied with the current format of 3 practice sessions, with 56.2% of voters expressing their approval of the current format. Given the close result of the poll, it is understandable that the subject of practice is currently up for debate. Evidently, the Formula 1 CEO, Stefano Domenicali, has been attentive to fan feedback and is committed to ensuring that the sport evolves to satisfy their expectations. In an interview with Sky Sports, Domenicali emphasized the significance of comprehending supporters' desires and adapting to their shifting preferences. He acknowledged that Formula 1 exists because of the fans and that it is crucial to remain on the same page with them to ensure the sport's continued success. Whatever happens, it may be a fantastic ride for spectators and drivers. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it interesting and entertaining. Your engagement means everything, and we appreciate you taking the time to watch. We feel appreciated for being part of our community and for your ongoing support. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.